There we go. That's the liquidity grab with this one. Oh, that's why you don't trade this candle. See the liquidity grab at this point now. Let's see if it's coming back to our zone and starting to reject. Seems like it is. So from here, you would like to see those massive bullish candles printing out, taking price all the way back to the top side of the range and breaking out of this range. So let's see what happens. But at this point now, obviously this is why we don't trade this candle. Things like these happen when you trade this sort of candle. This is your 1 o'clock candle. That's why we never touch this candle. Usually it likes to grab liquidity, and then when our session opens, that's when usually you get your move, right? Either to the top side or the downside. So let's see how this candle closes at this point now. I'm a fan. Hello. Oh, thank you guys. We have fans. That's amazing. I'm your fan as well, if you're my fan. Okay, there we go. So this is also the area where we did get the rejection from, right? Looking at this, right, when price wanted to come back up after a massive bearish drop, look at that, it wanted to come back up. From here we got the rejection, pull back to this zone, which price is doing now, and then the next one also came back. So I have a lot of confidence that we can actually come back to retest these highs, most definitely. I subscribe and turn on the notification. That's great. Another day. How are you guys doing this morning? We're doing great. How about yourself? Price action was so choppy yesterday. We've been in such a massive range, guys. We were in such a massive range, but our first target was actually this target over here, which we decided was going to get hit yesterday. So our target did get hit. So yeah, we're so happy. We are quite happy. Obviously couldn't capitalize on this because our session, it was ranging throughout, like literally our session, even after our session, it ranged the whole day yesterday. Actually, look at the daily candle. But yeah, our target got hit. So yeah, very happy days, honestly. And today we're looking to see if we can capitalize on some more buys. We are expecting those pullbacks at this point now, and yeah, if we can see those nice pullbacks, and then we can cash in on those buys, most definitely, most definitely. Because you see these massive candles, this massive drop, it needs to be corrected as well at this point now. I can most definitely see this area being hit though, 86. Love what you do, man. Thank you guys. We appreciate the support. So much. And yeah, guys, honestly, we're gonna do this every single day. Even next week, we got some more exciting stuff coming up. We're gonna try doing some sort of intraday trading next week, going to see if we can cash in those big moves, kind of like, because we see 100 to 100 pips every day, or if not every other day, right? So we'll see if we can, obviously, rather than securing something at 1-to-1, just make it break even and let the whole position run for hundreds and hundreds of pips. But obviously, for us to do that, we need to start building up. So that's what we're looking to do this week, to secure 1% per trade and start closing out. And then next week we can have some fun. Okay. MetaTrader 4 up as well at this point. Let me just quickly adjust my risk as well. Okay, now we're starting to approach the downside of the range at this point now. So we can see this is where we formed that double sort of bottom formation over here, right? So now we understand that if we do clear this, we have a really nice range to the downside as well. Until then, we're just expecting those pullbacks. The 4-hour lows are right there as well. If we start clearing the 4-hour lows at this point now, then we're coming all the way down. So until then, we are just looking for those pullbacks. We got our rejection. Look, after giving us that rejection, it created a new high at this point now, right? So after creating a new high, we got another pullback. If I go back on the 30 minutes, you can see we actually got another pullback. See, this was your pullback after creating a new high. And then obviously after that, we created another new high with this candle over here. And at this point, we're also grabbing a lot of liquidity in the market as well. See, so now two things can happen. This candle will become a massive rejection candle, and we can see sellers starting to take control to kind of like drive the price down a little bit, right? And then the buyers can play out a little bit later on, because you gotta understand the daily candle is very, very bullish and is moved up a lot. It's moved up about 200 pips. So if I do see the sells playing out during our sessions, I'll be more than happy to execute on that as well. I'm very fluid in the market, guys. Look, we have a very massive range below this. Very, very nice range actually. Yeah, a very nice range. But this target over here, I'm very confident in this target as well. This 1786, I can definitely see that happening. But below the 4-hour lows, most definitely. Probability of sales playing out increases below these lows at this point now. We should really just retest this and bounce back up. Should not break these lows. These are your 4-hour lows. And usually this candle I don't trust. I don't trust this candle. So now let's say if you did execute on the bias on the top side of the range, you can see it actually pushed up about a couple pips, right? And then boom, massive drop. That's why we don't trade this candle here. Look, it's broken to the top side. Now it's starting to break to the downside. Can you see any other candle doing that other than just this candle? Nope. That's why we stay away from this candle. So below this, we're starting to violate the higher low structure. So we got to keep that in our mind as well. These are our swing lows over here. So if we start to break the swing lows at that point, we're starting to violate the higher structure. So this is the retest of the support area at this point now. Let's just see how this closes. Let's really just see. It'll be interesting to see. Because in order for us to actually like be very confident in the sales, we need to see at least like a couple rejections from the top side, right? Right now we've just got one rejection, that's about it. So this can even be a pullback, right? But a very explosive pullback, because this is your NY open, very volatile session. So if we can start forming another rejection up here, at that point you can have more confidence and say, look, it's rejecting for the second time. Is the rejection is becoming stronger now. The level's holding, the zone is very strong. We can't break at the moment. Maybe price will break it later on. At that point you can capitalize on the sales, but right now you don't really have any sort of confirmations. You don't have any sort of candles closing in your way. The only thing I can really see is that obviously the daily has pushed up a lot, so it needs to pull back a little bit, right? That's the only thing I can see. Other than that, we don't really have a lot of confirmations for sales, guys. But again, at that point, we gotta understand where is our structure. Structure's right there. 4-hour lows are right there. Just below that, we have a key area. And then if we start obviously breaking below that, at that point, we can capitalize on sales. Most definitely, our probability of the sales working out increases, but just above this structure, I'm only looking for buyers because the structure is quite bullish. There is no confirmations for sales above this, right? Below this, our probability of sales working out increases, and we're looking to execute on one nice setup rather than numerous different low probability setups. So most definitely above this, I'm just expecting this to be some sort of pullback. We have grabbed liquidity to the top side at this point now, and this is our open. And so there we go, we're starting to push up, got a nice bottom wick as well. Let's just quickly zoom in. I want to see how this candle closes as well. Oh, magic keys. Look at this candle though, very volatile, right? But I want to see how it closes, because if we can get a nice close first, and let's see how much of a pullback we can get. Okay guys, it's very volatile at this point now. Honestly, if we start clearing those highs, I'll be interested in executing on one buy setup here. Look at the way the previous candle closed, engulfing everything. I'm gonna look to execute on one buy position here. Give me another push. Open kill. Okay, I'm executing on a buy position here, guys. At this point now, I want to look to scale in because I'm taking one trade, but we're gonna go in slowly but surely, because at the moment we have the bottom wick as well now, and we're starting to create the upper wick, but it can reject and come down a little bit more, and then after we can get the nice push up. But at this point we're tapping into that resistance area, so let's see how price plays out. If we start clearing this, I'm gonna look to scale in. So as soon as we clear these highs, I'm going to look to scale in. Then our buy zone is approaching as well. From here, we can take it back up. But let's see though. Going to be very patient, but I'm going to set up my position though. Okay. Fingers on the trigger. Above this is good. There we go. Starting to get a nice push up at this point now as well. We need to start breaking these highs and we should be good to go. Need to give it more room to breathe as well. Stop losses have to be a little bit bigger. Around, yeah. Okay, let's see how it plays out now. Let's go. If I can get another nice push up, I'll be really happy to execute on this. Kind of like start to break this at this point now. We got the pullback from the resistance area. After this, we're coming to the top side of the range. We should not have any sort of issues if we start breaking this. There we go. And let's go, another nice push up. Oh, it's rejecting from there. I wanted to break these highs over here. That's the high I want to see get broken. Otherwise, this can become a pullback. So I'm looking for these highs to get broken because this is your resistance level, right? But as soon as we start clearing these highs, I think we should be good to go up. Otherwise, price will come all the way down, do another retest here, and I won't be able to scale in. But I want to scale in if we start breaking these highs here. Had such a volatile candle at this point now. Look at this. As soon as we got the open, right? So this can become your pullback over here. But I don't trust the previous candle. Is a booby trap candle. Usually don't trade based off the previous candle. So yeah, let's see what happens. I don't think you'll give me the opportunity today to scale in. Let's see. At this point now, you want to see this area being respected on the lower time frames as well. This area here start turning into a support area. Let's go. Ready. So guys, basically this is what I'm looking to do. Scale in over here, but I want to see first how it plays out. Otherwise, obviously, I'm not going to scale in. But because it's such a early trade, I want to scale in. I don't want to go in with, big risk straight away on this. I want to scale in because they can start pulling back. This can become that pullback area. Keep that in your mind. But if we start clearing these highs, we should be good to go. Otherwise, this resistance area becomes the pullback. So that's why I'm waiting for those highs to get cleared first, because we have the resistance area just up there. And I'm looking to scale in on this if we can. Let's see though if it works out, this trade. Okay, let's see if we can add couple of entries. I want to see a nice engulfing bullish candle now at this point, taking us all the way to the top side of the range. I want to see a nice bullish candle, engulfing bullish candle first. There we go. It needs to close first, and then I want to see how the next one opens, and then I'm looking to enter. Come on, don't go too much. Don't go all the way up. Oh, there we go. That's what we like. What a rocket ship this is. I want to see how the next one opens as well. And now we need to start clearing these highs. So this, at that point, it doesn't become a pullback area, right? We have a resistance up there. So we got the rejection, pullback straight back to the support because this was such a volatile candle. So at this point now, you want this candle to start engulfing everything to the left, start clearing these highs, and we should be good to go up. Otherwise, this becomes your retest of the resistance to kind of like take it back down, right? So at this point, you want to see these lows being respected, so you can use these lows as a stop loss. I can definitely use this as a stop loss. But right now, I'm still waiting for these to get cleared. Then I'll scale in. Have to wait, guys. Have to wait. The session has just started. Because it can very well turn into a pullback area, right? So now if we can wait, it'll be fun. Come on. Let's go all the way to the top. There we go. Otherwise, sells will come all the way down to this level. From there, I'm looking to see if I can execute on sells. From here, buys. These are support area, 30-minute support area as well. From here, let's see. Definitely don't want to be part of the range though. That's one thing. So I'll definitely wait for this to break before executing on anything. There we go. I want to see those massive candles at this point now. Massive candles. Stop loss about, yeah, just below the structure should be good. Let's go Goldilocks. Let's go. Let's give us that nice push up at this point. Yeah, T something like this, above this. But obviously need to wait for this to break, not just sliced. Need to see some sort of like nice price action around this area, not just a tap and rejection. It needs to slice through with a lot of momentum. So you want to see a nice bullish candle now, printing out above this area, closing above this. At that point, start clearing this area. Should be good to go up. Should be good to go up. There we go. Just gotta let it do its thing at the moment, guys. Top side of the range here, downside of the range there. Looking for buyers at the moment, not sells. Sells can play out, but not from here. Not looking to execute on those sells. We need to pull back a little bit now anyway. Retest these highs after that. Maybe sells can start playing out. But again, if we do start seeing some sort of selling momentum, we can very easily clear this. It is gold, but I would not like to take any sells above this area. Not whatsoever. The structure is still holding the higher highs and higher low structure. That's why I'm looking to execute on something like this. My magic keys are ready and my fingers on the trigger. Come on, Goldie. But we have to sit on our hands until this shows up. Because look, two things can happen now. It can kind of just tap this area and then start rejecting again. So you need to be very sure that we start to break this area. And so the area I'm looking at is 1780 for the buyers. Below that, not interested either for the buyers. No buyers. I'm not looking for buyers within the range. Above the range, interested. I'm going to start scaling in. Have a nice range to the top side as well. That's the thing. So I'm looking to scale in with like numerous positions basically. Low risk positions though, no massive positions. Okay, starting to come back now to our area where I'm looking to scale in from. But let's just see how it reacts though. Let me just start my back. I'm not really going to put any TPs though, because I'm going to scale in with tiny positions. Let's see though. Let's see. Starting to approach the top side as well. Honestly, this gets cleared with a lot of momentum first. Let's see if we can get a nice closure. There we go. This is what we like to see. Let's see. There we go. Starting to clear this now. Honestly, a nice pullback at this point now. And then stop breaking those highs again with explosive momentum to the top side. At the moment the candle is rejecting, the candle needs to close above this range first, because I don't want to see this get turned into some sort of rejection area. As soon as now we start breaking these highs, at that point I'm scaling in. But right now I'm still waiting. Because we're still within the range, haven't broken out of the range. This can just be a second retest, giving us actually confirmation to take price down, so I want to be extra careful. That's why you want to see a nice break out of this range, retest, and then explosive push to the top side, clearing this range, right? Then you can start to scale in. Until then, just gotta stay on our hands, guys. Gotta stay on our hands. Okay. New higher high, pullback, explosive break, should be good to go up. Let's see though. I do want to see a nice close above this resistance first. We're starting to see price closing now next to the resistance area. Can we clear through this with some sort of momentum to the top side? Let's find out. So all my stop losses are going to be below the structure though. All the stop losses for the positions. So they're not high risk positions, about 0.5% per position. I'm going to scale in with tiny risk, and stop losses are going to be all the way down there. So obviously each position, it will depend for my TP. So some positions I'll close at 1-to-1, and then the other positions I'll just let them run basically until we hit about 86, which we can. 86 can be achieved most definitely. I want to see a nice bullish candle now though, clearing out of this range, breaking to the top side. That's what I'm looking to see, and I'm in with one position. But first I want to see momentum before I enter, because if there is no momentum, I'm not looking to enter. So I want to see a nice bullish candle, kind of like just clearing everything to the left, engulfing every single thing to the left, right? That's what I'm looking to see. First target is 86 for me. 86 is my first target. If we start clearing this, I think 86 can get achieved, most definitely. Let's say if I do scale in and we get a nice push up to the top side of the range, I'll definitely make it risk free, and I'll take off some profits. 84, I'll take off some profits. But I want to see the massive bullish candle now though, kind of like start clearing out of this range. Okay, there we go. This is us. Now we're coming back up after like creating a new high. Now we're coming back up after doing a pullback. So let's start clearing these highs, and let's see how these candles are printing at this point now. Let's just see how these candles are printing, because I want to see a nice momentum candle. Let's see how this candle closes as well, and let's see the momentum kick in. Come on, let's go. Let's start clearing up. Still struggling right here. Yeah, guys, I don't like this. I want to see a nice candle first. This candle is not nice whatsoever. It's rejecting from the top side. I want to see a nice candle just like slice through this resistance straight to the top side, because I don't want to see price playing around this area. It's still playing around the resistance area. I want to see a nice candle just slice out of this. Okay, maybe this might be it. This candle might be it. Let's see how this candle closes first though. Gonna wait for it to close. Magic Keys armed. Yeah, Magic Keys is ready. We're ready to execute on this. But I just wanna have the extra confirmations. But yeah, there we go. This is starting to look good. So I want to see how this one closes and how the next one opens as well. Starting to look really, really good now. Still seeing some sort of rejections from the top side. So I want to be extra careful, right? Extra careful. That's why I'm going to wait for the next candle to open and see how this one closes. If this one can engulf everything to the left, I can even have a tighter stop loss in my opinion, honestly. Oh, there we go. Starting to get a nice push at this point now. Nice. Hold up, open. There it is. All right, I'm ready, guys. I'm ready. Just waiting for the next candle now. Stop loss, just below this. Tight stop loss. I'm gonna keep it just there. Okay, now wait for this to pull back. This needs to pull back and see how it reacts. Now, if we can see like those massive rejections to the top side, at that point, I think we should be good to go. You wanna see those massive rejections and nice explosive moves to the top side. And then at that point, this area is obviously cleared. And then the next area is coming, right? So let's just see what happens. I want to see how the next candle opens now. If we start clearing the top side now at this point now with a lot of explosion, with this candle here becoming a rejection candle, I think we can take it back up. Until then, have to chill. We're still tapping into this area that we have over here. You gotta understand. Look at that, see? So I want to be super careful right now. But once we start clearing these highs, I think we should be good to go all the way to the top side of the resistance at least. Let's see how this candle opens now. Let's see what happens. I don't like this, man. I want to see more momentum now, like just explosive moves to the top side. Like you see, otherwise this is just becoming your pullback in a way. Because look, this is the sort of move we're looking for. See nice clean candles to the downside. One candle is like about 27 pips. I want to see something like that. Right now what I'm seeing is just a couple tiny candles just pushing price all the way back up. So at this point, my job as a trader is to ask a question: is this just a pullback to this resistance area to push all the way back down because the previous candle was so explosive? So it's this kind of like just correcting that previous candle to kind of like start dropping all the way back down. So let's see now if we can kind of like start seeing those rejections to the top side, but explosive rejections though. That's what I'm looking to see, some sort of nice explosive rejection. As I said, guys, if I'm gonna scale in, it has to be the highest probability setup. Right now I just don't see it. It's not giving me my confirmations that I look for. Trust me, as soon as my confirmation comes, I'll know straight away. Right now I don't see it. Really don't see it. Let's look at the daily candle quickly. Starting to come back up to the current highs at the moment, so let's see how it plays out. From here now, daily high is about 60-70 pips, the target. Oh, my PC is becoming a little bit laggy for some reason. Got a second retest of this area as well. Now let's see what happens. But look at the way these candles are printing. Just not a big fan of it. Do you want to scale in on this bar? It needs to give me those confirmations. So until I actually see that nice confirmation, I'm just going to sit on my hands. And just not do anything. Because you gotta understand, when we start creating another zone on top of this, another structure, at that point we can just kind of like trail our stop loss as well. So let's see what happens now. Nice. Because look at this now, right? Such a massive leg down. This can kind of just be becoming your leg back up to start creating that new leg down, right? Because look how many rejections you're getting to the top side at this point now. But after seeing this many rejections, if you get a nice explosive candle breaking out of this range, I think we should be good to go up. That's the best thing about trading the 1 minute time frame, right? You can literally see every single thing. Bias to 84 should play out. Yeah. 84 is really good. That's my first target. That's where I'm taking out my profits. But main target is 86, and from 86 we're taking it all the way up to 96. But yeah, there we go, guys. We're starting to clear this range now. Let's see if we can see a nice explosive candle kind of engulfing everything to the left. And at that point, I think we should be good to go up. But until then, we're seeing a lot of rejections to the top side. We can also see one massive bearish candle. So until I see a nice candle to the top side breaking out of this range, I don't want to scale in. Don't want to scale in. Because you're seeing so many rejections at this point now, and the main move down with momentum was a selling move, right? See, it was actually sells. So at this point now, this can turn into that pullback area, numerous rejections if you see like a massive bearish candle engulfing the whole structure to the left. So I want to be like extra careful. That's the thing. So we got another 9 minutes left as well for the new 4-hour to open. As soon as we get the new 4-hour open, we're going to get obviously those bottom wicks, those upper wicks, and a lot of momentum kicking into the markets as well. So yeah, but let's just see what happens. Honestly, let's just see. But as I said earlier as well, guys, look, the 4-hour lows that we created now are literally all the way down here. And if you go down to the 30-minute structure, you can actually see this is where your structure is. This is where you actually have formed a double bottom. So until we actually violate this structure, it doesn't make sense for me to take sales, right? Because there's just not much confirmations until we actually come up to this level over here and start forming another rejection. At that point, that's why I'm going to take out some profits here anyway, right? So now if another double sort of top starts being formed here, at that point, yeah, I'll have more confidence in taking this downtown, right? Because obviously it's pushed up a lot on the daily time frame as well. But right now, guys, I just don't have confidence in sales. Honestly, I'm just looking for buys, just waiting for momentum to kick in to take this back up. Let's see if we can start clearing out of this range now. There we go. Another attempt to clear out of this range. If we can see one nice bearish candle just clearing this whole move, I think we should be good to go up. First TP is obviously the top side. 84. Definitely taking out some profits at 84 though. There we go. We're starting to see a nice push, but again, still waiting for that candle, guys. I know what candle I'm looking for is a nice engulfing bullish candle suggesting that buyers are in control. I don't want to see these tiny candles. I'm not interested in any sort of tiny candles. I'm a momentum trader. You guys got to understand what sort of trader are you. If you're a momentum trader, you like to trade those explosive moves. You have to wait for momentum to kick in. Right now, it doesn't show me that there is momentum, and I don't like to predict the markets. I like to react to the markets. So right now, what market is showing me that we're within this range. We're seeing massive rejections from the top side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rejections. At this point, does it make sense for me to execute on a position even if we break to the top side? No. I would like to see a nice close to the top side, breaking off the range. Next one comes down, retest, breaks the highs. At that point, I can execute with confidence. Until then, I'm sitting on my hands. That's what trading is about, guys. Sitting on your hands. And keep one thing in mind, I'm looking to scale in. That's the best thing about it. Magic keys. It's 40 pips to stop loss at the moment. 45 pips if I can get entry from up there. So yeah, just gotta let price do his thing. Just gotta wait, have patience. That's what trading is about. Patience, emotions, energy in motion. control it. Again, starting to come back up, but still haven't broken out of this range. Just retesting and rejecting, retesting and rejecting. But this is your new 5-minute open. With this, you can see some more momentum kick in, because it needs to create those wicks, right, in order for it to be sustainable. But now, guys, understand one thing: we have the new 4-hour approaching in another 5 minutes as well. So at this point now, what would be the most logical thing to do? Just wait for the new 4-hour to open and show its hand. Once it shows us that it wants to push up, we can just start executing. And then at that point, we'll have a rough idea of where the bottom wick is. At the moment, you really don't want to play this bottom wick, because this bottom wick at this point now starts to become irrelevant. So you want to wait for the new bottom wick to be formed, which is another 4 minutes. At that point, we're looking to scale in. So I haven't scaled in with any more positions yet. Keep that in your mind. I haven't scaled in with any more positions yet. Still sitting on my hands. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. There we go. Starting to see a nice explosive move to the top side at this point now. Mm-hmm. 86, all the way to the 86 area. Oh, what's happened here? Magic keys, prices to be above. Oh my gosh, that's why. Lol, silly. And it's bugging out. Never mind. Still within the range, guys. Gotta wait for the range to break. When the range breaks, we can execute. Until then, just have to sit on our hands. That's about it. And when can the range potentially break? In another 2 minutes with the new 4-hour approaching. So yeah, let's see what the new 4-hour does. It can give us a really nice opportunity to scale in. Like right now, any logical buy positions should be below this range, right? You should not have any sort of buy positions within this range. Should be below this range. So the entries should be below the range. At that point, you can look to manage if it starts breaking below the range, right? With very tiny stop losses. We're another minute left at this point now. Let's see what happens with the new 4-hour open. Secured 8 pips on this buy. 8 pips. Oh, someone's happy they secured 8 pips on YouTube. No, guys, we're trying to catch big moves, man. 100 pips. Like, I'm up like 10 pips right now anyway on one of the positions. But I'm looking to scale in, as I said. Like, let me show you. This position, I'm up 10 pips. 8, 10 pips. You can see right there. I'm looking to scale in with tiny positions. That's why I'm just sitting on my hands at the moment, not touching anything until I see that confirmation. But my entry's down here, as I said, below the range, right? So I can very easily manage if it does reverse. That's the 4-hour open. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go, starting to break out of this range. But again, 4-hour needs to create that bottom wick. And oh, look at this, guys. Look at this push up. Oh my gosh. Look at this push up. Wow, what a beast. What a beast. What a beast. What a beast this push was. Wow, straight up. I'm like up 20 pips like straight away. Look at that. But it needs to calm down first, create that bottom wick, and then after that, let's see if we can scale in now. It needs to calm down now at this point now. Start creating some sort of a deeper bottom wick. Kind of like push all the way down. And then let's see if we can take it back up. There wasn't any news events, were there today? No, just a orange folder. Other than that, nothing else really. Yeah, clean price action. But wow, what explosive move it was. What a nice move. But I do want to see some sort of a nice bottom wick first. We don't have a bottom wick. You just push straight back up. See that, right? That's the thing, guys. We were waiting for exactly something like this. Some sort of explosive momentum move to kick in. At this point now, we have that bottom wick. But it's very tiny, right? You want to see some sort of a sustainable bottom wick. So it needs to kind of like come down. So you can even give us a better position from down there if it plays out. Let's see now. Sit on our hands. Sit on our hands. But you're seeing like massive rejections at this point now as well from the downside. It's like it's so volatile that it's like it's the momentum to the top side is just so strong. The pressure, they're starting to like, you know, even struggle to come down a little bit. That's the best thing about it. So there we go. Another candle now. Let's see how this candle closes, honestly. Wow, straight back up, guys. Straight back up. Honestly, this position might is... I'm going to hold it for like 100 pips. This position as well. It will be great scaling in though. Because this is not my 1% position over here. That's the thing. So I would like to scale in. But at this point now, look, you have the bottom wick as well. You're starting to approach the top side of the range. Now, what would be the best thing to do? The most logical thing. The top side of the range is only about 20 pips away. And the bottom of the 4-hour low is about 15 pips. So 1-to-1s can be secured. But we can also wait for this to get cleared. And then after that, look to see if we can scale in. Really depends now, right? Need to see. Need to wait. But honestly, if we do start breaking these highs at this point now, stop loss is below 4-hour low, 22 pips, kind of like aiming for the 1-to-1. It can work out, but again, guys, this rejection that we had over here can be a bit tricky. So I want to be super careful here. So I want to see what price does first around this area. And then after that, let's see if we can scale in. Until then, I'm just not doing anything. Kind of just chilling, sitting on my hands. Sitting on my hands. Okay, it's starting to tap the top side of the range that we had, as you can see. So honestly, let's see how it plays out now. Let's really see how it plays out. I just don't know if I'm a big fan of this bottom wick though. I would have liked some sort of a deeper bottom wick. So that's kind of that's why I'm asking myself, is this like a retest to kind of like create some sort of double top hit and then start pushing down? That's what I'm thinking, right? But wow, what a beast. 25 pips up right now on this beast. Let's see how it reacts around this zone, honestly. Let's see. The session has still just started. We have so much time left. This is a really nice candle at this point now. But again, the bottom wick on the 4 hour. Is it sustainable? So at the moment, still just holding that one position, guys. I haven't scaled in with any more positions. When I get those extra bit of confirmations. Anyone else holding any sort of positions right now? So it seems like everyone's sitting on their hands as well. That's great. Okay, now let's see if we can start engulfing everything to the left. Because look, once it does tap into this area, we'll understand if it wants to reject or push up. It will really make more sense. So this area obviously is about to be approached, and yeah, let's see what happens. I'm just going to show you guys my MetaTrader 5 as well. So this area, as soon as it gets tapped, oh wow, look at this beast, guys. At this point now, look, stop loss and entry, there's a risk-free trade at this point as well. Wow, I'm securing some profits now and letting the rest run at this point now. 40 pips up, guys. Wow, look at this beast. My gosh. Main TP is 100 pips, but now let's see if we get those pullbacks. At this point I was starting to clear this area. Let's see what happens at this point. 40 pips up right now. Wow, what a beast. Risk-free trade. I've secured 50% here, 50% profits here. Wait, what did I? Oh, never mind. Yeah, I did secure profits. Okay, let's see now. Starting to turn this into some sort of support at this point now. Very explosive move. This is the candle we waited for, honestly. I see this broke out of the range, just exploding all the way to the top side, right? Amazing. Started to form this structure over here as well. This is the structure lows. Let's see now. So our target, let me just mark out the targets as well quickly on the MetaTrader 5. So 86 is the first target. Delete all selected. Okay, 86 being the first target. So that's 86,900. Being the first target, and then 96 being the second target. 96, 87. Okay, I got the targets marked out as well on the MetaTrader 5. Hold on a second now. Cool. At this point, I got the targets marked out. This is the first target over here, and then my TP is basically in the middle of the second target, right? I'm just gonna push it all the way up a little bit. There we go. So let's just see how it plays out. At this point now, honestly, we can scale in, but the first target is very close. So let's see if we can get those pullbacks after tapping into that first target and see if we can take it back up to 96. I think we can definitely. So the first target, obviously, which we gave up today is the 86, right? And then if we can tap this after that pullbacks and then 86. But at this point now, this is a risk-free trade. I've secured profits as well. 1789 is the target with this momentum. Yeah, see, the momentum is just so nice, man. See that, right? Explosive move. At this point now, like, you gotta understand one more thing, right? Because you are quite bullish on gold, if it starts chilling around one area and then you start breaking again with explosion to the top side, you can start scaling in, honestly. But you gotta understand how much of a range you have to the top side and how much of a range you have to the downside, right? Definitely gotta keep that in mind before scaling in. But that's why, guys, I've secured I've secured my profits here at this point. Let me show you where I've secured profits. So now over here, I've secured profits, literally at 84. So at this point now, even if I get stopped out at break even, is after profits being secured, right? So now the rest I'm just letting it run all the way to the top side. But we can look to scale in with more positions if we can get those nice pullbacks. Honestly, I'll be really interested in doing that, keeping stops below this structure over here, because this is, look, this is where you got the explosive move from, right? Break out of this structure over here, break of this structure, got the explosive moves. So you want to see like a nice pullback to this structure over here, right? And then after that, look, 86 should still be the target. From 86 we can see what price wants to do. Until then, 86 should be the target, should really be the target. Is this available in mobile with the live stream? Yeah, most definitely. Floating 21 pips. Nice. Yeah, guys, did you guys execute on these buys over here with us? Let us know in the YouTube live stream. We are looking to scale in as well, but obviously this was the area which will show us if the sales can also play out, so keep that in your mind, because this is where you can start forming that double bottom. If you see like explosive moves to the downside and this turns into that leg down, at that point you can look to scale in on those sales. But right now, gotta be super careful. Let's see how much of an explosive candle this is and how the next one opens. It will be exciting to see, right? See the way at this point these candles are holding? It just seems like it wants to push down really nicely. But you want to see those aggressive rejections to the top side, taking it all the way to the top side, right? That's what you're looking to do. The runner is about to get tapped out. And that's my runner about to get tapped out in a second. And that's my runner tapped out in 1, 2. Oh, imagine if it starts rejecting from here and my runner survives, and my runner is gonna get tapped out one more pip away from, and is being tapped out. The runner has been tapped out, so now I've got no positions running at this point, guys. As I said, but let's see if we can scale in though. Most definitely, I didn't take any big positions and I did secure some profits, so yeah. But yeah, look, see, that's why I said, look, wait for this area. Let's see if this kind of like turns into some sort of double top area, right? See, starting to turn into a double top and you're seeing those massive rejections. That's why I was not interested in scaling in with a lot of positions, right? Because look, at this point now, we would have gotten stopped up with all of the positions, literally. Like, let's say even if you had a position here, it would have just pushed up only about 20 pips. For us, we're looking to capitalize on those massive moves, right? So let's see what happens now. Honestly, this might be just the sell-off starting to play out from this area now. Because look, you're starting to form the double bottom. This might just start to play out now, these cells, honestly. That's the thing, guys. That's the thing. Look at that. See? Literally did say something like this can happen. So that's why we were being super careful for the buy positions. But now, there you go. The cells are starting to play out nicely at this point now. The double bottom has been formed at this point. As you can see, that's why I did kind of just wait and not scale in with a lot of positions. Because this was, as I said, was the danger area, right? From here, sellers could take control. At this point, you can see again, sellers are starting to take control after forming that double top. So now if we start getting some sort of pullbacks and then more momentum to the downside, starting to form lower lows and lower highs, at that point, we can even most definitely look to see if we want to take it down. But until we actually clear 75, it will be a bit tricky to take those sells. But honestly, guys, if there was much momentum to the top side now, we would have done that now, right? This is when the volume is in the market. It's starting to tap this now. Let's see if price wants to push down from here at this point. I might look to scale in on some sell positions over here. Let's see though how this candle moves. Because he's doing a nice retest. Very nice retest, actually. Let's see how it moves first though. Yeah, there you go. So I'm looking to scale in now on sales, but not right now. Not right now. Need for this to break and then we can scale in. So see, guys, how because we knew that this area will turn into double top, we didn't scale in with a lot of positions. And now at this point, now look how beautiful this is. Does it not make you happy when literally what you planned does happen? That's why I scaled in with one position at this point now. If we did clear this area, could have scaled in with more positions as well. That's why I secured profits here as well. But let's just see what happens now. Let's just see what happens, honestly. At this point now is very bearish. Gold is quite bearish at this point now. This is like the new 4 hour can also be possibly creating that bottom wick. Got to keep that in our mind as well. It can still possibly be creating that bottom wick, so it becomes a bit tricky for us to cash in on those sells until we actually violate the structure. That's one thing, right? But now we can scale in with those buy positions over here as well if we don't violate the structure. But if you do start breaking these 4 hour lows, at that point I'm just waiting for pullbacks to take it down. So yeah, I'm definitely ready for that sell setup as well. But right now, buys make way more sense than sells, that's for sure. Let's see how this candle closes, man. Because at this point now, we can start pushing all the way to the top side. If you can see one nice engulfing bullish candle, I might scale in with one position over here. Otherwise, looking to scale in for sales just below this range. But right now, this can become the bottom wick on the 4 hour, sustainable bottom wick to potentially take you all the way back up. But let's see if you can see a nice engulfing bullish candle first. This is your 15-minute open as well. With this, you should have a lot of volume. That's the thing. There should be a lot of momentum. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm looking to scale in with a buy position, guys. Honestly here. And I'm looking to scale in with more positions, but I want to see a big push now. I've scaled in with just one position right now. I want to be sure that this is not upper wick being created at this point now. This is the 4 hour bottom wick rejection to the top side. And then, yeah, let's see what happens. First, I want to see this position go in some profits, and then after that, I'll see if I want to scale in. This is a tiny position, by the way. Because this can literally be your 15-minute, creating that upper wick to kind of like start dropping back down, right? But because, as I said, 4 hour did not have the sustainable sort of bottom wick, at this point we have the bottom wick, we can start pushing all the way back up after forming the bottom, after forming the double top, right? So let's see what happens. So this is the position I have running right now. I can show you guys. Give me just 1 second. I want to leave this open all the way to the top side. I do want to scale in, but I want to wait for those pullbacks first, because I want to be super careful, right? And I want to make sure that this is not just retesting a resistance to start dropping down, because we had such an explosive previous 15-minute candle, right? So this can just be correcting that previous candle. So yeah, let's see now at this point if you can get some sort of nice push up, and then yeah, pull back and then take it back up. Let's see. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. At this point, it looks really good to kind of like push all the way back up, because we have the 4 hour bottom wick. Look, see, previously the 4 hour bottom wick was not sustainable. At this point, we've even broken the 4 hour highs, right? The structure is still holding. The higher highs, higher lows are still holding at this point now, because we knew that this area was so strong. It could have formed that double sort of top over here. So that's why we didn't scale in earlier. But at this point now, if we start seeing those nice confirmations, I'll be more than happy to scale in now. At this point, I think honestly we can go all the way to the top side. Let me show you the position I'm in right now though. So it's only one position again. Look at that. I'm up like almost 20 pips right now on this position. I haven't scaled in with all of my positions. This is just one position right now. Massive stop loss, by the way, about 35 pips. So yeah, right now I want you to pull back a little bit more, kind of like to this support area, and give us that nice rejection, one nice engulfing bullish candle, kind of like take another 1 or 2 positions with this. So this is 0.5% risk, by the way, 0.5% risk on this trade right now, tiny position. I want to see those pullbacks, and then I'll look to add potentially about 1% on this trade. So I want to add another position as well, but I want to see those pullbacks first, because I want to be super sure that this is not a pullback to kind of like start pushing all the way downtown, right? So really gotta be super careful. Okay, if we see those nice rejections from this point on, kind of like retesting, that's why my stop loss is below the structures over here, not below this structure, because I want to see a retest of this structure, retest rejection to the top side. That's what I'm looking to see, right? That's why my stop loss is very big, is about 35 pips, the stop loss. So let's see what happens now, guys. I'll be right back. We have the wick on the 4 hour now, so if he's going to push up, he's going to do it now. That's for sure. Let's see though. I want to see a nice bullish engulfing candle now at this point, honestly, and I'm scaling it with one more position. Just want to see one nice engulfing bullish candle. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm holding this all the way to 86. Yeah, most definitely. Sit on our hands though, guys. Sit on our hands. It shall come. Leaving you early today. Good luck with the rest of this session and see you all tomorrow. See you, man. Take care. Have a lovely day. Right now, kind of just sitting on my hands, guys. The 4 hour has the bottom wick, which we expected. That's why I scaled in with one tiny position from the downside. And now looking to scale in with another position, but this needs to first turn into a pullback rather than a rejection, right? So I want to see these lows actually being respected at this point now. And then we are still within the higher highs, higher lows sort of structure, uptrend structure. Got a nice bottom wick at this point now as well. Created a double bottom up here, which was expected for us to come down, correct the 4 hour and create the deeper bottom wick. So at this point now, if you see momentum to the top side, I'm looking to take this all the way up. But I want to see one nice engulfing bullish candle and I'll enter with another position. Until then, kind of just waiting. That's the beauty of dynamic risk, guys. Okay, we got another 7 minutes left as well for NYSE to open. So let's see what happens. Now the questions that we should be asking ourselves, is this the pullback to create another leg down? Kind of like this. If it is, then obviously we don't want to scale in. So obviously pull back, retest to create a new leg down, right? Kind of like start to violate this structure. But, or another question is that obviously this over here is the 4 hour bottom wick formed. This is your bottom wick formed at this point, right? So now we need to see if this level can hold. These are your 4 hour lows as well. And this is a sustainable bottom wick at this point now. So obviously now the question is this a pullback or break? So now obviously if it's just a pullback to this area to kind of like form another high, at that point we understand, okay, we can scale in. But if it's a break of this, at that point we're starting to break the lows that we just created. At that point obviously it becomes irrelevant. The bottom wick is just invalid and we're just creating the new leg down. But kind of what I'm hoping for is something like this, right? So this is obviously our first high, this is our retest, and then if this holds we can create another high all the way back up. That's kind of what I'm looking to see if we can scale in on. But if this happens, at that point, look, we're ready for both things, right? Let's just see. Let's just have patience. My pull up. Because look at the way these candles are printing right now. Struggling, right? Pullback candles. That's why we want to see a nice explosive bullish candle just take price all the way back to the top side. We've got another 5 minutes left as well with the NYSE open approaching. With the New York Stock Exchange open, we understand that more momentum will kick in. So let's see what happens. But look at the way the buy zone was respected though. Look at the massive rejection straight up from the buy zone. See how nice they are. We still haven't seen any sort of nice moves for our session though. It's just been this push up, which we capitalized on, and then after that this push down. So I think the next move either down or up is coming up with NYSE open, so we can capitalize on that. So the next move is coming probably in next 4 minutes. We haven't seen anything very explosive so far. We've had this move, we did capitalize on this over here. We did obviously discuss this could have played out, and then it did play out at this point. Now our job is to kind of like figure out what's the next move. Is it the leg down or is it the leg up? And I think the next move is the move that's going to be really explosive. Either we're going to form new highs or we're going to go all the way down to the lows. So NYSE should really be exciting. Very exciting session approaching. Another 3 minutes left. Let's see which scenario plays out first. Also, for this scenario to play out again, guys, I want to be super careful with the cells. I know they look so beautiful, but it's the range, right? I'm just not happy with the range because the structure is still holding. That's why I'm just so interested in the buys right now. Range for cells below 74, cells are just nice, right? You're at the 50% mark for the current daily range, but at the moment you're on the top side of the range. You're forming higher highs, higher lows, so cells can be a bit tricky, right? Let's see, another 3 minutes left for the NYSE open, which is approaching us. DA, how much you risk per trade? So at the moment I have a trade running with 0.5% risk. It really depends on the market conditions, on my targets and things of that nature. Usually I can go in with 1%. I don't usually go in with 2% risk, but I have done it in the past. And yeah, but I never go in with more than 2%. Never, ever. Never. That's like my limit. That's my limit, my barrier basically. But yeah, so which scenario is going to play out? Let's find out in another 2 minutes. In another 2 minutes, we can find out if this scenario over here can play out. I'd love to see this scenario play out to kind of like go straight to our target, right? Which is 86. And then, yeah, we can call it our day and go on about our business. But yeah, at this point, look, starting to push up again, forming those higher highs, which we spoke about. Look, literally came down, boom, straight back up, another leg back up, right? So let's see what happens. At the moment, none of these scenarios have played out. This scenario can still play out, and so can this. So let's see which one plays out. We got another minute left. Another minute left. So guys, like, you understand, right? This scenario, for it to play out, doesn't mean that it has to exactly play out this way. It can just be wavy, and then break. Like, look at the bigger picture. It's going to make a new low. Then this scenario plays out. If it makes a new high, then this scenario plays out. It doesn't have to be exact. So don't think I'm saying like it's just going to do this exactly. No, I'm saying if it creates a new low, this scenario plays out. If it creates a new high, this scenario plays out. But which scenario do I want to see playing out? This one over here, where we create a new high. Otherwise, for this one, it will be a bit tricky because I'm not looking to cash in on those sales just yet. That's the thing. But with the buys, oh, I'm so excited. I want to cash in on those buys for sure. Another minute left for the NYSE approaching, guys. Another minute left. Let's see what happens. Most definitely do want to secure profits here. If we do take some positions, again, if I do take some positions, this is your NYSE open. You want to see your 30 minutes come down a little bit, create that bottom wick after the explosive move to the top side, breaking out of this range, and let's see if we can cash in on those buys at that point. First, you want to see the bottom wick and nice engulfing bullish, kind of like breaking out of this range, right? So this should be your bottom wick being formed right now. There we go. And then you want to see massive rejections to the top side. I think for the bottom wick, we can come all the way down to this support area over here. This can be the bottom wick. It will be a nice bottom wick to the downside at that point. Yeah, very nice bottom wick. And then after that, massive rejection to the top side, engulf everything to the left, and then we can kind of use this as a stop loss, right? This could be our stop loss right here. Below this could be our stop loss if we can form a bottom wick here. Below this can be the stop loss. To be on the safe side, yeah, can be below the previous structure, but let's see what happens now. Let's see what happens now. Now, if this candle starts to engulf the previous candle, like at that point we understand the bottom wick is created. Now it's time to create new highs, right? So let's see what happens. Honestly, stop loss should be below this structure here to be on the safer side, because this is very, it's not mature at the moment. That's the thing. This is way more mature, right? Because from here we got a nice push up. Right now this is not mature. So let's see. So let me tell you guys about the position that I have running as well. So the stop loss is literally at 76. My position is right here, and 76 is my stop loss, like all the way down there, right below these previous lows that we have, this structure over here, and kind of like aiming for the 121, obviously, which is about aiming for this area, right? It's a bit more than 121. So I can even manage risk if it starts breaking these lows, because it's 0.5% risk positions, but that's kind of why I've given it so much space to breathe, right? I'm looking to scale in. So yeah, that's why dynamic risk is your best friend when you're unsure about the best sort of like position. Because look, even though my stop loss is so big, it's still above the higher highs and higher lows, right? It doesn't make sense for it to be below that. Because at that point, you're going to see so much bearish momentum just kick in and take the price down. At the moment, no confirmations for sales in my opinion. Just retesting, creating the bottom wick. And where SE is very explosive, the bottom wick will be massive as well. Looking at the previous 30-minute, retested that. At this point, can we get a nice explosive move to the top side? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's see what happens. There we go. This is what we like to see. Nice explosive bullish candle at this point. Now I might look to scale in with one buy position here, depending on how this candle closes, right? Keeping stop loss just below this structure here. Let's see. I want to see this kind of like engulf everything to the left though first, because right now it's still struggling from the top side. Yeah, not this candle. Okay, coming back up. I want to see it break those highs, slice through everything, engulf these two previous candles to the left. Then it will be a good candle. Okay, there we go. Can this candle be that rocket ship, or does it want to push down still? If this turns into a rocket ship, start breaking all those highs, I think we should be good to go. Otherwise, this turns into a pullback candle, and then this should start breaking the lows to kind of like, push down. But otherwise, this is just your pullback, bottom wick, start breaking those highs, going back up. Let's see. Have to wait and see, guys. Have to wait and see. Still not seeing any bullish momentum right now. Yeah, a lot of momentum to the downside right now still. So just have to wait, honestly. Just have to wait. Let's look at the 30 minutes again. Have a tiny bit of an upper wick as well. So we are not expecting an upper wick either. So if you do see those rejections to the downside, massive closes, at that point sales should play out, because we're not expecting an upper wick on the 30 minutes, but we're expecting this to be kind of like a bottom wick, right? But create like a bigger bottom wick, because this is your end where SE open, so it is tapping into this support area now. So let's see what happens. Can we see one massive bullish candle engulfing all the way to the top side? We shall find out. We shall find out, because kind of no confirmations right now for anything, to be honest. They're like, DA, you're a maniac. Gold is bearish. Why are you buying? I have my reasonings, guys, I promise. But there we go. Can we engulf everything to the left now? It needs to start engulfing everything to the left now. Stop pushing all the way to the top side. But guys, we do have another half an hour left. If the setup shows up, sure, we'll take it. Otherwise, if it doesn't show up in the next half an hour, executed on this over here. It worked out nicely. Secured profits up here. See, other half got closed at break even. So this was a break even trade right there. And now this is the second trade. Let's see how it plays out, right? But really not looking for sells, man. Really not looking for sells just yet, because it's way too high for me to sell right now. It needs to kind of like come to the mid-range first. The best sell setup could have been from up here, but we had the confirmation right here as well. But again, do I really want to take sells here, then switch to buys? Because I'm kind of like looking to capitalize on that big sort of move, right? Because as I said, I'm just sticking to one trade a day. And I'm using dynamic risk. This would be a completely different trade. So right now I'm kind of like sticking to this trade, but at this point now, this trade it has higher probability of going up because we have therefore our bond wick at this point now, right? So if it's going to play out, it should play out now. So let's just wait and see what happens. Either it's going to play out or it's going to dump all the way to the downside. Let's find out in next couple minutes. What did we do during London as well? Kind of want to see what we done during London. See, we got such a massive push during Asia and then London as well. I think some of it needs to be corrected, right? That's the thing. So sells can most definitely play out. But look, price did attempt to correct it twice though. That's where we ended up creating this double bottom structure here. So at this point, you're starting to create double tops over here. So this can be your next attempt to kind of like correct this, right? So we can see even sells can most definitely play out at this point now. Most definitely they can play out. Okay, seems like our first scenario is starting to play out. I'm going to take out this position here though. The position I have right now, I'm going to take it out for now. Maybe look to scale back in, but right now I'm going to be safe and take it out. Got your retest, liquidity grabbed as well. At this point, let's see what happens. Honestly, now, if it starts pushing down with momentum, sales can really look good. But you have to be super careful, right? Even if I was to scale in on a sell position here, stop needs to go above the structure right there. Okay, at this point now, look, you got your retest. If we start breaking these lows, I think we have a nice range, at least to about 11 pips. Start clearing this, we got a nice push down, right? Can correct this whole move down. So I've taken out my buy position right now. It was a tiny position. So now I want to see if there is a lot of bearish momentum in the market. This is your NYSE open. We have the upper wick on the 30 minutes as well. At that point, I might look to scale in on a sell position here. If it depends, if we do obviously start to chill around this area, start clearing these lows. After that, kind of want to see how we clear this, and then if we can start clearing this, I'll look to scale in with more risk. But until then, kind of just want to sit and see what gold does, because this can be that point where we can start coming all the way back up from. But obviously now we're starting to do a retest, break these lows. I think we're going downtown. Let's just wait and see, because we are still above our structure for higher highs and higher lows. So it really depends, right? Really depends. But this will be my last sort of trade to execute on, because I still have risk, guys. Right now I still have risk. Secured profits on the first, and then same with the second. I was up about 20 pips, but then it stopped me out. So let's just see what happens now. Man, right now I don't see the explosiveness that I'm waiting for to give us those nice moves. That's what I'm thinking. Because this area is very dangerous, man. You can literally turn this into a rejection area all the way to the top side. So that's the thing. For sales, I want to be super careful. Best sell was from up here. After creating that double top, could have taken it down. Would have been up many pips actually by now, 76 pips. So want to be extra careful here, adding a sell position. But once we clear this, I think we should be good to go. Really should be good to go. Guys, I'm going to add one tiny position here if we break these lows and secure profits over here, having a tight stop loss though. But I want to see first how it reacts. Because above this is actually what I'm going to do is, guys, because again I don't have many trades left, I'm going to wait for this to get cleared, take the highest probability setup. So I'm willing to actually miss out on these pips to the top side, because above this, as I said, bias. Below this we can see if we want to take those sells. You guys can see numerous rejections at this zone. Look at that. Price came down, massive push up, came down, massive push up. So it doesn't make sense to sell over here. Honestly, you have to be logical when trading, right? Right now it's just not logical for us to sell. Not logical whatsoever. This was the trade. We can just keep it like this for now. Kind of like go back at it, back testing and whatnot. I might pull up finish here. Look at the daily candle, guys. Right now, another thing, understand one more thing. Please understand this, guys. Look, you've tapped into this, but this daily can just be having some sort of pullbacks. Because look at the daily candle. This is all our session has done. Nothing. Like if it wants to reject, look how much of a range there is to the downside if we clear this. Like 100 pips easily. We can easily catch 100 pips on a sell. That's why we need to wait. We need to wait. Honestly, need to wait. Above this zone is literally just bias. It's literally just bias. Just doing a deeper pullback. That's it. It's as simple as that. So much scaling on a buyer position, honestly, until we actually break below this. It doesn't make sense for us to take a sell just yet. It was a bit silly of me to say I'm looking to scalp there, but it could have worked out the 1-to-1, but no, it doesn't make sense, honestly. Let's get magic keys right. Magic keys ready. Fingers on the trigger for anything that comes my way now. We've got another 2 minutes left as well for the new 15-minute. Keep that in your mind, guys. Another 2 minutes left. Give me something nice. Maybe with the next 2 minutes we can see something nice. Still creating higher highs, respecting the structure so far. Really not concerned, honestly. And honestly, if the bias can play out from here, is such a, like, we're literally catching it all the way from the downside. Keep that in your mind as well, guys. And we know where our target is. So if I see some sort of nice momentum kick in with the 15-minute open, I'll most definitely look to cash in on those buys. It's just grabbing liquidity at this point. So what? Leg grab liquidity. If it rejects, closes back above this support area that we have. Wow, beautiful entries are coming up for those buys. So yeah. But most definitely this will be the last hour. If it does show up, great, with the next 15 minutes. Otherwise, we're going to call it a day. But if we can get those buy entries from here, very nice range to the top side. Sell entries from down there, very nice range to the downside. This whole move can be corrected if we can catch those sells from here. Four-hour lows are still holding at the moment. We still haven't broken the 4-hour lows. in your mind. It's the new 15-minute open. Let's see what happens. I want to honestly start to see if I can scale up with some positions here. Let's see how this candle closes, guys. I want to see a nice bullish close here on a minute time frame. We have liquidity in the market as well, so we can see really explosive moves to the top side. I'm going to look to scale in if we get a nice close here. Yeah, definitely, guys. Definitely, we can take it back up. Let's see how this closes and how it moves. Okay, I'm in one position here. I'll look to scale in more. Stop loss below the current structure. Really tight stop loss. Nice. Pushing up really nicely. Let's see if we can clear 1780 as well, because we got liquidity in the market at this point now. Still higher highs and higher lows are being formed. 4 hour just wanted to come down, create a deeper bottom wick. Previous 4 hour lows are still being respected. So honestly now, if we see bullish momentum kick in, it has no business, right? There's no business for buyers to take control from this point on. After grabbing all this liquidity, the only business they have is that they want to drive the price back up. So that's the only thing I can really see, honestly. But let's see what happens. Let's see if we can start clearing this area here. Might look to scale in. But wow, I think we're gonna see a nice massive move. I can feel it, honestly. I can really feel it. Like explosive move to the top side. I can so feel it. Let's look at the 15-minute candle, quickly investigate it. Have the bottom wick. So yeah, at this point now, if you still see more bullish momentum after touching this resistance area, guess what? It's good to go up, in my opinion. Should be good to go up. Let's see if we can clear this area though. Because we got to look at where did we get the last rejection from. 1780. If we can clear 1780, I think we should be good to go up. Let's see if we can clear 1780 though. If we can slice through 1780, should be good to go up. Should be good to go up. $1780 being approached now. Might get some sort of a rejection from 1780. Let's see how we react around 1780. Okay, we've tapped 1780 now. Can we get a nice explosive break out of 1780 after pulling back a little bit? Let's see what happens. Because this can be that turning point sort of area, right? Let's see. Can we explode out of here with some sort of momentum? There we go. Nice explosive move to the top side. That's what we like. So yeah, let's see if we can scale in with something here, guys. Also keep one thing in mind, this is the downside of the range, so any positions here are beautiful positions. So there we go. Ooh, what a nice move, guys. Oh my gosh, look at this. Again, 24 pips up. What a beauty this is. Honestly, look at this. All the way from the downside as well. If this works out, amazing. And honestly, I'm going to make it risk-free soon. If I scale in with another position, I'm going to make sure I make this risk-free, and then I can scale in with another position. We're tapping into that resistance area right now. And so I'm securing some profits here as well, because we've tapped into this resistance area. But at this point, if we start clearing this resistance area, I think we should be really good to go up. Really nice move to the top side. But this is definitely where I want to secure some profits. So at that point, even if it comes down to hit my stop loss, it's kind of like a break-even trade, right? Because I'm securing about 50% at 1-to-1. 50% at 1-to-1. Nice. What a nice move this was. Wow. So my partial TP has not been activated actually. Wow. Because I didn't have the partial TP set up. Nice. Amazing stuff. But this is how you make it risk-free, guys, by securing 50% or 1-to-1. I wanted to do it for the YouTube live stream, but it didn't work out. But yeah, it is what it is. Honestly, you have to play range to range, guys. Look at it, because we're trading 1 minute time frame, secure profits at the range. No need to predict, react. See a rejection, secure. Break, scale in. See a rejection, secure. Break, scale in. Always secure profits. Always secure profits, especially a 1-to-1. You can like literally close 50% and leave your stop loss open and you would not lose a single penny. The only money you'll lose is obviously from your commissions. And look how much of a massive range you have at that point. Like literally you have 50 pips. Price has 50 pips to actually like do whatever it wants to do because you secured 50% at a partial TP and you did let the rest run. At that point you can even scale in with another position because pretty much your first position is risk-free now. That's the beauty of risk management. If you know how to manage your positions, you can be very profitable in the markets. Very profitable. Look, this literally flew straight to my TP at 1-to-1, right? It was a beautiful, beautiful trade. And now I'm looking to scale in on this bar. With one more position, that's it. That's going to be probably my last position. It depends because these are tiny positions, right? I'm trying to aim for at least a 1% gain. So that's the thing. Where is May? I don't see May. May, did you catch these buys? What'd you do?
I caught some buys, but
Nice.
I'm not willing to trade within this range.
You don't like the range?
No, I don't like the range.
Yeah, I understand. It's a little bit rangy again today, right? Because it's moved up so much during London and Asian, right? It's kind of just like correcting yourself now. But
I made the
honestly,
first buy,
yeah,
that one I made some profits, but I'm not willing to take any more trades at the moment.
That's great. You're disciplined. Anyway, our session ends anyway soon, so even same thing for myself anyway, right? Not really looking to put any more money on risk unless we see a lot of crazy momentum kicking now all of a sudden.
It's like a repeat, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of does happen because you got to understand the market cycle is just not sustainable right now. You're seeing those, obviously massive ranges, then a lot of liquidity, and then such a massive explosive push up. At this point, again, range, liquidity, and then you can see a massive push down to kind of like correct some of it back down. Again, in a sustainable manner, we can start taking it back up. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
How is Ange doing today? How are you doing, Ange?
Ange's behaved today.
Nice.
Very good. Have you done any trades?
Yeah, buy.
Nice.
The first one.
So you made money then? Nice.
I did.
Nice. How much? 1%?
One, yeah.
Nice. That's it. Call it a day. You made your 1%. Call it a day. Call it a day. You gotta understand how are you approaching the markets? Are you looking to take multiple positions with low risk, or are you looking to take that one position? You took that one position, call it a day. You gotta really understand, right, how you're managing your risk and what your tolerance is. Should be 1% for the day. How about you, Alex? Did you cash in on anything?
Yeah, I got the buys earlier and I'm in a buy position now that I'm just going to let run.
Nice. So
if
everyone made money today.
It stops me out, but I'm in profit.
Nice, everyone made money today. Excellent. It was a great day, honestly. It was a great day. We just had to have the patience, right? You could have either been on a selling side today or the buying side. The buying side really made more sense for our session, right? Even the sales made sense as well, but it's about where can you capitalize on more pips. Now we do understand if we start breaking these 4 other lows, at that point we're violating this structure. At that point you're expecting this whole move up to be corrected. But above that, you're literally just in a high, low sort of structure, right? So it becomes a bit tricky at that point. That's the thing. So honestly, if a lot of momentum don't kick in, I do have one position I wanted to scale in with. I don't mind. I'll call it a day. It's all about being disciplined. So we do have another couple minutes left. Let's see. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a day. If at this point, now, honestly, if we do start breaking those lows, then at that point, you know, your sellers are taking control. This was the last attempt for us buyers to kind of push the price back up, right? So at this point now, if sellers do take control, at that point, just wanna call it a day. Unless you wanna be the selling side, which I don't wanna be. Even though very nice moves to the downside, we've taken our buyers, they worked out for our session. This was our session. It was again another range, right? Like guys, you guys gotta understand one thing. This is how much we're on point. Like literally 2 days in a row, we've had range. Yesterday we caught the nice move up, right? And then again today, again, this is just a range. But look how we are calling out these shots. Literally so precise even within the range. Like that's the best thing about it. That's honestly the best thing about it. It doesn't get better than this. We're literally catching our pips within the range. Usually people can't do that. People need something like this, clear break. They take a position here, stop loss below the candle. It goes up, comes down, goes up. But something like this is the trickiest price action you can ever trade. Like literally the trickiest price action you can trade. And we are killing it within this sort of price action. That is just beautiful. That's levels right there, guys. So everyone should be very happy with their progress, because we've actually had such tricky price action this whole week, and even the previous week as well. It was so tricky, so tricky. But it is what it is, guys. It's part of the game, right? Part of the game. Coming back to the downside of the range. Can we see another explosive move? Gonna just close this now as well. At this point, I think sellers will take control now. Should have taken out that's the thing. So at this point now, if I get stopped out, I'm getting stopped out at break even. My stop loss is just below this low, the structure. And guys, I'm about to get stopped out at break even on this position. I've been stopped out. That's the best thing about it. Secured profits at 1-to-1, 50%. And it is what it is. Partial TP didn't get activated though. Manually. But that's it now. At this point now, let's just see. Let it go. We're starting to approach these lows again. From there, let's just see what happens. If we start breaking these at that point, we're going all the way downtown. Kind of like breaking out of this range as well. Until then, you have nothing you can do. Let's just sort this out as well. Oh, let's just let this now. Gonna just put everything away now. Okay. Okay.
Stop frowning, Ange. You're frowning, Ange. I can't hear you.
I'm just plotting my positions in the thing so I can review it.
I know, it's so intense. You're frowning.
I've closed the MetaTrader.
Okay.
It's my resting face.
And a winning day for you as well. That's the best thing.
Winning day. Yeah.
Winning day for you as well, Ange. Winning day for you as well.
You're down by 1.5, right? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, honestly, guys, I'm probably gonna call it a day as well.
Yeah, it's dancing.
Yeah, it's just dancing at this point. Just
Not a good day.
got one tiny thing though. Let's see. Because I am expecting it to push up from here, but let's see how much of an upper wick it wants to create, right? At this point, it's gonna from here we can push all the way to the top side. So I have this like tiny thing going on right now, but again I'm going to do the same thing. Let me show you what I'm going to do, right? Give me a second. Oh, come on, gold, what you did. Come on, Goldie. So I have this little tiny thing running right now as well, but is again going to most probably stop me out because it's risk free. Partial TP is 50%, and I'm gonna then open my stop loss if it secures 50% there. Actually, I'm not gonna secure anything now. I'm not gonna open my stop loss, but yeah, another tiny position there. But yeah, that's it. Gonna call it a day after this, either to the TP or stop loss. Well, yeah, it's the same, basically pretty much the same position, just added the risk back on because I secured 50% on the previous position, but at this point now, again made it risk free because I don't want to take any risk. So if it does hit my TP, great. If it hits my stop loss, I'm pressing this button right there. You see this cross? Calling it a day. This is my session now, pretty much done. I can't take any more trades. So now I can't take any more trades. That's 110%. But this trade, if it runs, it does its thing, right? I'll put the TP all the way to the top side of the range. But the way it's moving at this point now, it might just go straight through my stop loss. Let's see what happens. It is what it is. And can we get a nice explosive candle straight to the TP at this point? Nice explosive candle straight to the TP at this point. Or is it going to start pushing all the way downtown? Let's find out. Someone said due to some late entries and other reasons I'm down 5%, bro. No way. Someone's down 5% today.
Today, just one day.
Insane.
That's nuts.
No way.
Is it technical issues?
Most probably, if they're using magic keys. Because late entries can only occur due to that. It's happened to me as well. Actually, did happen during this session. Lost some money due to the late entries. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, guys, at this point now, honestly, I'm just gonna close it if it stops me at a break even again. Too many break even trades, man. But it's part of managing risk. It is what it is. It is what it is. Don't want to take a loss. I want to take a break even trade, and if it works, it works. So.
Celebrate break evens because it means capital was protected.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Exactly. You are right. Exactly. That's great mindset and great mindset. But
It's a pullback, B. It's fine. Look.
I know, but look at my stop loss. It's literally, if the stop loss was open, then I'll be fine. But I don't want to take any loss at this point. I don't want to take a loss. It's too late into the session for me to take a loss. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. That's it. Imagine it bounces off from here straight back to the TP. That's it. Is the pullback is done now? Are we gonna see a rocket ship at this point now? Nice bullish candle straight to the TP. Straight to the TP. Straight to the TP. Straight to the TP now. That's what scalping is, guys. Scalping is not easy, honestly. You need to be so precise if you want to be a scalper. So precise. I honestly think intraday trading / swing trading is the way easier. But again, it's very relative. It's not fair to say easier. On technical side of things, yeah, it's easier, but your mentality, your psychology's got to be on point for you to hold a trade for a week or even a whole day. But the thing is with scalping, you have to be way more like hands-on, right? Way more. You need to know every single point. You got to be so precise. You got to know when to take off the risk, when to put the risk back on, when price is going to bounce off a certain area. Oh, snap. Just smacked my phone. But that's the thing. Scalping is not easy, guys. If you can't do it, you can lose a lot of money in scalping. That's the thing. very quickly actually. It's probably the quickest way to lose money. That's why discipline is the key. Risk is the key, risk management is the key, and the discipline is the key as well. Yeah, at this point now it's just starting to reject. And it's starting to go back up again. This is what happens, guys. But our session has ended now, so not taking any more setups. Just gonna let this one play out. If it does hit the 50%, I'll let the rest play out to the daily highs. But I'm not taking any more. I'm not scaling in or scaling out. Just gonna let this play out either to the TP or break even. And there we go. What explosive candle. Are we gonna see the TP being hit right now? Oh, it was very close to the TP though. Do you guys think the TP is coming? Oh, look at those rejections.
One more.
Another last bit of a push. There we go. This is the rocket ship now. It's gonna go either to my stop loss or my TP. I can feel it. This candle will do it. This candle will be the one. Either straight to my TP or straight back to the stop loss. What's going
It's
to
just a
happen?
mini pullback because it pushed up.
What's going to happen, guys?
Now.
There we go.
There's a tiny bit more. Up, up, up.
Up. For real. It's a struggle, my people. It's a struggle. This session is a big struggle. That's why you don't want to trade this whatsoever. After 3 o'clock, no more trading. 3 o'clock is when you kind of like finish your trades off. After 3 o'clock, the momentum is just different. The session is different. Everything, the way it moves is different. Everything is different. I think Alex said he was holding this buy position here. Alex, are you still there or has he left? I think he's left maybe.
I said bye.
Oh, he said bye? Okay, yeah, he's left as well. Alex has left as well. Yeah, guys, straight back down. But it's such a tiny position, so I don't really need to secure anything, honestly. It's a very tiny position. Yeah, and at this point it seems like we're about to get stopped out at break even, and I'm gonna call it a day now, guys. If I get stopped out at break even after being that close to my TP being hit, but it is what it is, just a tiny position. And yeah, gonna call it a day now, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. That's trading done now. Again, our session very rangy, didn't see anything to be honest whatsoever. So on YouTube we're gonna end it. We'll be back tomorrow. Catch up.